So I think the 2500 would be fine because that one rides a lot better than the 3500 just because the springs. But again, yeah, if you need the extra payload, then you need the extra payload. So it's cool that they also cover the 3500 with this lift kit and everything. And it's pretty quick. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be going over a 2022 Ram 3500 with the Rocky Ridge K2 package. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. This one is available for sale right now. If you're interested, check out the inventory in the description down below. Let's get right into it. So first off, under the hood of this truck, we have the 6.7 liter Cummins turbo diesel. Goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. This one has the 68 RFE. So that means that this is good for 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. So we're going to focus on the K2-ness of this Rocky Ridge. So first off, you guys can see there with the cargo lights at the top, you got the Rocky Ridge logo as well on the windshield. Now this is built off of a Laramie packaged truck. So we have LED lights as standard. We've got this massive chrome front grille. And then you can see there with the fog lights down below. We do have parking sensors integrated there. We've got tow hooks here on the front end. Stock air dam as well. And you can see the truck is pretty dang tall. I mean, there's a Ram 1500. Here's this truck. There's a lifted Ram 1500, which is kind of hard to see. There's this truck. It's massive. And the reason it's massive is we have 37-inch tall tires here on the side, 20-inch wheels. Definitely a cool setup, that is for sure. Notice it says Rocky Ridge there on the center. These are mud terrain tires. Kind of talk about what that does with the driving. And they've got a 5-inch suspension lift here. And they also upgrade the shocks as well. Notice the shock has the Rocky Ridge logo. Now, something that I've been kind of guessing about these trucks is that the shocks are actually Fox shocks because Rocky Ridge is now owned by Fox. And so I'm guessing that even though they have the Rocky Ridge brand on them, I'm guessing it's a Fox shock. Now, just like other Ram 3500s, this does have a solid front axle. Notice here with the fender flares, those are massive. Body painted, they look pretty cool. 3500 logo, Cummins turbo diesel badge. And then notice here with the Rocky Ridge logo on the side. And then you guys can see here with the door handles how they have chrome to match the mirrors. This does have the trailer mirrors. Look how cool this looks from a side view perspective. It is massive. Now popping here to the rear, again you got 37s. And again you got those Rocky Ridge shocks. Notice here with the leaf springs. Now that's one thing about the Ram 3500 compared to the 1500 or the 2500 is this has leaf springs, whereas the 1500 or 2500 has the multi-link in the rear. Look at this exhaust tip. Like, look how big and beefy that is. That's why you go for a diesel, right? And then here is the rest of the rear, which looks really cool. And then you guys can see here, I can drop down the tailgate. Notice we've got the bed liner here, Rocky Ridge there on the back window. This one has the outlet in the bed, LED lights as well. And then lifting this up, really easy to get that into place. There's kind of another 3/4 angle. There's another Rocky Ridge badge there on the back, Laramie badge as well. And then we pop inside here. You guys will notice we got the power side steps. And look at the door panel there. Again, this is the Laramie, so you got the Laramie seats. Nice leather, Alcantara, all that. You can see with the wood trim and then the USBs. And it looks like this one doesn't have any seats, heaters or coolers in the back. But we do have these coolers underneath. Look at that. Who would have thought? Anyways, popping to the front, you can see normal Laramie door panel again. So that's why I'm not focusing on this too much, is because if you guys have seen my reviews on Laramies, then you've pretty much seen this whole setup before. Look at the speaker though for the sound system. That's pretty cool. We do have a Rocky Ridge headrest, which is pretty neat. And then notice here with the Laramie logo down below. Power adjustments of the seat. I know I'm going over things pretty quick, but we're just focusing on the Rocky Ridgeness. So you can see with the custom gauges. And then this one has a 12-inch display. I'm guessing it just has the, just the regular mirror. And then we got the center console here as well with the truck. And yeah, it looks like just gauge cluster and headrests here for the interior. Other than that, they've left it to be just a regular stock Laramie. And give you guys one more view before I look at the sticker on it. Pretty cool. Now you guys can see here with the Rocky Ridge package. So first off, this is the original total MSRP, $80,750 with how this truck's equipped. Rocky Ridge K2 package is another $20,000. It does come with a 3-year 36,000 mile warranty in the Rocky Ridge parts. And then you guys can see total MSRP there, $101,379.50. You know what? Since they're charging cents now on trucks, I guess I will take this out and drive it and give you guys my 2 cents. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors. Again, it does have the trailer trim mirrors. Let me turn this down quickly. And then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off here in this Rocky Ridge 3500. Gotta love the fact that this is a big lifted diesel. Always fun to drive. So first off, let's kind of talk about initial driving with this truck. Now, I just drove a Black Widow 3500 the other week, and what I've noticed is this is the same exact truck as the Black Widow, so it seems like they're really kind of just part sharing at this point, and I'm not trying to give them a hard time. Like, I think the trucks are cool. You know, the whole, like, all these companies that are under Fox now, I think the trucks they make are cool, but ultimately this is identical to that Black Widow truck in price and in setup. Like, it has the same, it looks like it has the same exact shock setup, lift, tires, wheels, like everything's just has different logos on it, frankly. So yeah, just kind of one of those things where you basically, I guess, just get the one that you like the look of more. Whoa, wow, that was cool. It's a Baja setup truck. In terms of how this drives, being a 3500, it is a little bit rougher. I'm curious to see what the tire pressure's at. Okay, not super low, not super high. I mean, for heavy duty, right, you usually have the tires at higher pressure anyways, but if you did want a smoother ride, then definitely air those down. But you are going to suffer from more wear on the tires and worse fuel economy, so it's kind of like a catch-22. Diesel power! Once you get to that torque, and it really starts to move. Yeah, I like how this drives. I definitely do prefer their package on the 2500 though. Like, you know, I understand there's some benefits to doing the 3500, right? It has more payload and all that kind of stuff, but, you know, I feel like people that buy these lifted trucks, I know people do tow with them, but I don't feel like they tow as much. So I think the 2500 would be fine, because that one rides a lot better than the 3500 just because the springs. But again, yeah, if you need the extra payload, then you need the extra payload. So it's cool that they also cover the 3500 with this lift kit and everything. And it's pretty quick. It's not like monstrously fast, but it's, I mean, it moves. It gets up and moves. Gotta love the sound of the Cummins and the torquey feel of it as well. And obviously the reliability, because, you know, inline 6 life, right? So let's sum things up. First off, I think this does look great on the outside. Interior is normal Laramie interior, like gauge cluster headrests on the seats. That is it. And look at that 4Runner build. Man, we're seeing all sorts of cool builds while we're doing this review. Look at that thing. And C8 Corvette. But anyways, I think it's a really cool build. The fact they have the warranty is great. You are paying a price premium for that though, right? You're paying the price premium to get a Rocky Ridge and to have the warranty. Now that does help you out with resale value, because this is going to have better resale value than just a regular lifted truck, because a regular lifted truck is just going to sell as if it's stock in a sense. It's kind of like how it works is basically your truck has more eyeballs, so you might have, you know, more people looking at it, but it won't necessarily sell for more money. Whereas this has eyeball, and it does sell for more money because it's an actual like factory package in a sense. That being said though, I wish that there was more to differentiate these trucks from each other, because again, like, this looks just like the Black Widow truck, just different badges basically. So I wish that they kind of did something to make the packages a little bit more unique. I understand that that's very expensive from an cost and engineering standpoint. So I guess then my question would be, why have all the different brand names? Why not just have them all be Black Widow or all be Rocky Ridge, right? I understand there's slightly different aesthetics, but I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of my opinion on that. Also, notice you can make the lines so they don't turn with the steering wheel. It's a thing you can do with the new camera, which is weird. Other than that, I think they spec these trucks out kind of weird. They don't do the camera mirror, which I think is an option people like nowadays. They also don't do the 360 camera system, which would be great for a big lifted truck. This just has, as you guys can see, cargo camera. Oh, Doesn't have the cargo camera. Anyways, has rear view camera. I think 360 camera system is definitely something that I would have in this truck. Maybe a little bit more to spruce up the interior. Like the Laramie interior is great, but like $20,000, I would think that, you know, a little bit more the headrest. This does look cool though. I will say that. Again, I know I sound like I'm being harsh on the package. I really do like this package a lot. Like, I would buy this over just like a regular lifted truck because, again, the warranty. And I worked at, you know, this Ram dealership for years, and I drove lifted trucks that came in, and they all drove like, frankly, pardon my language, they drove like shit. Seriously. Like, people just never really got it right. Whereas this, you can tell that they did everything proper, right? Like, the steering is aligned, and you can tell that they, like, the shock setup and everything, like, it feels pretty much like stock, okay? So I really like the setup. I think that, you know, for the price, maybe just do a little bit more. Again, I don't obviously I don't know the, you know, the profit margins and all that kind of stuff in a package like this. I'm not aware of that, but I'm just kind of, I guess, giving my general, I don't know, thoughts on it. Overall, I think it's awesome. $100,000 is a lot of money to spend on this, so that's definitely something. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's cool for what it is. So let me know what you guys think about this. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this Rocky Ridge 3500. Let me know what you guys think about this package. And as always, again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with the truck. I'll see ya.